Of course, earnings season is here in the U.S., and it's actually off to a positive start. Alcoa beating expectations. But the question is it an early indication of the trend for the rest of the quarter? Joining us now live from New York, Charles Byron Andrews, founder of Blue Coast. Charles, first of all, thanks for getting up early for us this morning. We appreciate it. Okay, so Alcoa surprises to the upside. Might we get a few more upside surprises outside the financial sector?
Well, Brian, I think it's interesting, and these are certainly remarkable times right now in the current markets. But I have to believe that Q1 2008 is going to see some more downtrends, and I think it all goes back to kind of a trickle-down theory. The U.S. certainly had such a major hit with the credit crisis and things that happened to our various markets, and what happened in our housing sector is certainly no secret, and I think it's just a trickle-down theory. And when those markets get hit, and the suppliers, right down to the hot dog guy outside the homes being built, certainly affected, and I think that's going to kind of spill back over into our earnings and consumer spending, so it's looking grim from my standpoint.
Just how grim, Charles, from your standpoint, and what is priced in as far as equity markets are concerned?
Well, I think that, like we talked last time in London, when you talk about buying in U.S. sectors right now, is it like catching falling daggers? And I have to say yes, definitely. I think that we're looking at, when we talk about the R word and we want to talk about recession and things of that nature, I feel like that our recession's already here, believe it or not. And I think it's going to continue through 08, and then we're going to start to creep and crawl out of it in 09. You know, it's historic times right now. I'm really looking forward to Ben Bernanke, our federal chairman, speaking today and giving us a better outlook.
Charles, Christine here, all the way here in Asia. Besides what Ben Bernanke says, what else are you looking to see to be more bullish on equities?
Well, I really would like to see some things loosen up in the finance industry. From a lender's perspective, with the underwriting guidelines changing daily and so many deals and so many things falling apart all over the U.S., I would like to see some loosening of those guideline strings. And I just don't see that happening now. I just see more and more tightening of the guidelines as far as the lending sector. And I think that, you know, when you go back to housing and real estate development arenas, when you think about, okay, yes, everybody wants this wonderful home or wants this exciting opportunity, whether it's their primary purchase, second home, or an investment opportunity, and then when it comes down to it, it always goes back down to the financing. And if people can't get loans for what they're trying to acquire, then that deal's dead in the water, and that's, I think, has had a tremendous effect and will continue to have an effect on our economy until we figure out how to straighten out those challenges. But the neat thing about those challenges is it's brought an incredible opportunity for the U.S. And you know, one of the things that our firm's heavily involved in, something I believe in strongly, is that you know, when there's challenges, sometimes great opportunities come from these challenges. And what we're seeing is an unbelievable influx of capital from Europe and I think some Asia, and I think we're going to see more of that influx of capital in Asia.
Well, Charles, I want to ask you about that, Charles. The sovereign wealth funds and everything, what are your thoughts, especially with the financials, of all this huge influx of foreign capital and the larger percentages of ownership? What do you think of the impact on the U.S. markets there?
I think it's extremely positive. I think it's a wonderful thing to bring in that foreign capital, and that's what capitalism's all about. And you know, the neat thing about this influx of capital is it's getting everything back on track in the U.S. Things that took place as far as 1, 2, or on kind of a micro scale now are taking place on a macro scale. Instead of just, you know, buying, say, 5 units or 10 units, these groups are coming in, fund managers are saving the day and buying all the inventory that's left. And so it's really an exchange of capital. And it's really not real estate. It's really a foreign exchange play. What do I mean by that? Really what's happening is with the pound, euro, and things that are happening in the economy in Asia, and with the U.S. kind of, you know, down but not out, what's happening is it's an unbelievable time to use the invest into the U.S. with institutional financing using as leverage to do a foreign exchange play. And so really I look at it more just simply as a foreign exchange play.
We need to leave it there, Charles. Sorry about that. We appreciate the time and the insight. We appreciate you getting up early for us. Charles Byron Andrews, founder of Blue Coast.